I think people massively underestimate how much injuries actually affect every single slate. Inside Data Streak, we created an injury impact page that doesn't just tell you who's missing from the lineup, but also how many minutes are going to be missing from each team. It also tells you who those minutes belong to, whether it's star players, bench players, or just fringe players that normally don't play a lot or affect the game as it is. So instead of bouncing between X and other social media pages, pulling up a bunch of injury reports, we put that all in one place. And when you can see where minutes are missing from lineups, you can also spot opportunity on which players are going to get more looks and potentially more minutes that game, which uncovers a massive edge if you're able to read the board correctly. So that's what we did. We put it all in one place, and in a few seconds, I'm gonna go over to my screen and show you exactly how this all works. All right, I'm here inside the NBA Injury Impact tab. I'm gonna show you how this works. Now we're looking ahead to the next slate. There's no games today, but it's gonna show the next slate available so we can look ahead. Now there's only 2 NBA play-in games, so there's not a full slate. When you have a full NBA slate, a lot more value will emerge here, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. So what this does is it not only shows you how many minutes are missing from every single lineup, how many minutes that player plays, but it also tells you when have they been out since. So we're looking at PJ Hall here. He's been out since April 14th. Normally during the NBA regular season, way more players show up on the injury report. Once you come around to the playoffs, usually the teams take players off the injury report because they're not trying to rest guys. They're not trying to take it easy. This is when it matters. So for example, PJ Hall, we can see only 12.5 minutes per game, but we can go here and look who's elevated when out. So what this is going to do is pull the highest hit rates of teammates when that player is out of the lineup. Now we have this filtered down to 1,000 odds or better. We don't want to be showing minus 2,000 plays on there. It doesn't really matter. It's not really a playable line. So anything better than 1,000 odds, just because some people like to parlay a ton of different super safe odds together. So we decided to leave it at that. For example, Concanapple scored 10 points in he's 38-3 with PJ Hall out of the lineup. We can go down here at the Suns-Warriors game. Moses Moody, Draymond Green, he's got some lines. 4 assists, and he's 24-3 on 4 or more assists when Moses Moody is out of the lineup. So this can be a really good spot, especially when you have a full slate of NBA games with tons of different injuries. Could be new injuries, could be old injuries, but you're able to see not only who's missing and where those minutes might shift, but also what players normally benefit when that player is out of the lineup. So super useful tool. We have this for all sports where this would come into play. Now with the MLB, it doesn't matter as much when a certain player is out of the lineup. It's not the type of sport where minutes are going to shift. Yeah, at bats are going to shift, but it's not as trackable as in, for example, the NBA, maybe the NFL, looking at receivers. So we have this feature for every sport, and it's super helpful for identifying those players in good spots when certain teammates are out of the lineup. So that is how I use the injury impact page. I find teams where they're missing minutes, and I look at where that production might shift to. It's also great for separating major absences versus just small rotational guys that are missing from the lineup. And this helps me flag spots where injuries might be opening up value before I start digging any deeper. If you want to try this out for yourself, click the link in the description, create a free Data Streak account. You can go over and check out the NBA Injury Impact page along with all the other tools inside the platform.